Hello and welcome to this online CPD session, specifically based for our first year referees, all around advantage. So a couple of key things we're going to cover in this session. So the first one is what is advantage. Really, really important that we know exactly what advantage is. Quite often there's a misconception between advantage and possession. So really, really important that we know what advantage is. How you show advantage is being played. So what you as a referee must do to communicate that you're playing advantage. How long should the advantage be played for? Finally, where should it be played? Whereabouts on the field of play should we be playing it? So we'll cover all of these as we go through the presentation, but also we've got some video clips as well to try and make it a little bit more real as we're going along. So firstly, what is advantage? So the first big block of text is what it says as per the laws of the game. So it allows play to continue when an offence occurs and the non-offending team will benefit from the advantage and penalises the offence if anticipated advantage does not ensue at that time or within a few seconds. So that's what it says by law, but in simple terms, when a player is fouled and their team can gain a greater attacking advantage by play being continued rather than the free kick being awarded. So essentially, if the team that's been fouled, they're going to get a better advantage from allowing play to continue compared to getting a free kick, and that's when we look play advantage. It's around that immediate goal scoring opportunity. It's the next phase of play across into the box for signing a header in. It's the next phase of play a shot on goal. All that sort of stuff. So in terms of the discipline side of advantage, again, really, really wordy, but again, this is what it says per law, which is really, really important to be aware of. So if the referee plays the advantage for an offence, which is a caution / send-off, that would have been issued had play been stopped, the caution or send-off must be issued when the ball is next out of play, except for denial of an obvious goal scoring opportunity when a player is cautioned for unsport behaviour. So essentially what that's saying is, if someone fouls a player and it's a cautionable offence and you allow play to continue, no need to stop play or issue the caution. You wait until play has been stopped, so the ball goes out of play, and then issue the caution at that point. The only exception to that is when they've denied an obvious goal scoring opportunity, in which case you need to blow up and give that foul or penalty, whatever it could be. So advantage should not be applied in situations involving serious foul play, violent conduct, or a second cautionable offence unless there's a clear opportunity to score a goal. So it's really important here that if I don't know, a player punches another player, so violent conduct. Don't play advantage there, because you can guarantee as they're going down the wing to go score a goal, you've then got a fight kicking off behind you because someone's been punched. So what we're saying here is, cautionable offences, not a problem, play the advantage, but anything that could jeopardise your match control, you don't want to be playing advantage there. You want to play it safe, give the free kick, and deal with that misconduct. So the referee must send the player off when the ball is next out of play, but if the player plays the ball or challenges or interferes in the opponent, the referee must stop play, send off the player, and restart with an indirect free kick, unless the player committed a more serious offence. So essentially what we're saying here is that if you've played advantage from a red card offence, which again, not a problem doing, but that player that you're going to be sending off then touches the ball, you'll then stop play at that point with an indirect free kick, because in theory they're an outside agent, they're an outside interference. Should award an indirect free kick to the opposing team and then send that player off at that point in the game. Then another really, really important one. So if a defender starts holding an attacker outside the penalty area and continues holding inside the penalty area, the referee must award a penalty kick. So just be aware of that. If a player is holding someone on the edge of the area and you play advantage and they're still holding in that penalty area, when you blow up to give a foul, it will be a penalty kick. It won't be a free kick outside the area, because that's where the infringement took place. For this one here in particular, it follows through into the penalty area. So how should advantage be played? So we've got a nice clip here with two examples of an advantage signal. But obviously, as you can see from the illustration on the right-hand side, both arms out nice and clear, not high enough to be directing airplane traffic, but clear enough for everyone to see, and it's shouting play on advantage or advantage play on, whatever your preference is, but it must be play on advantage, advantage play on. Can't be, keep going, play on, anything like that. So have a little look at this video. So as you saw from there, as they're on the move, arms go up, nice and visible to everyone, play on advantage. And the key thing that you need to be aware of, as mentioned by, so that's Anthony Taylor, the referee in the black, so some of you might recognise him from the Premier League. As he said, with the first person, it needs to be louder. You want everyone in the whole ground, if you're in a ground or the whole park, if you're in a park pitch, you want everyone to be fully aware that you're playing advantage. So how long should advantage be played for? So there's rumours around it has to be 4 seconds or 6 seconds. That's not the case. So there is no set time frame with advantage. You just need to consider if the attacking team has had long enough time to gain an advantage from you playing it. But what we're saying here is, don't keep playing advantage for a minute like they're doing like rugby, that sort of stuff. If let's say you play the advantage, they have a shot on goal and it goes over for a goal kick, that's in their advantage. Their advantage is that shot on goal. Similarly, if you play advantage and they get tackled straight after, they've not had enough time to make use of that advantage, so then bring that back for the foul. Then where is advantage played? So really, really important here that we look at where advantage is played, because this is going to be the key difference between advantage and possession. So up here on the screen, we've got sort of an illustration of a pitch. It's split up into half. So we've got the defending team's half on the left-hand side and the attacking team's half on the right-hand side. So the way we look at playing advantage in the referee format is looking at a traffic light system of red, amber and green. So I've put the first one up, which is red. Now as you can see, this red box is over the defending team's third. And the reason why this is red because we're not going to be playing advantage there. If there's a foul on the defending player inside of their own penalty area, have they got a realistic chance of scoring a goal if they keep possession of the ball and you play advantage? The answer to that is no. Not unless they're Tim Robinson from a few years ago. If anyone remembers that, when he clears the whole pitch as a goalkeeper. Very, very rare to see. So at this time here, if a player gets fouled and maintains the ball, it's not advantage, it's possession. They're not going to get an obvious goal score opportunity. So therefore, you should give the free kick. The other reason for that is that if the player then immediately loses possession after you've played the advantage, and they're then going to concede a goal, they'll be coming to you saying, "Ref, why was that not a foul? Why did you not give us a free kick?" Yeah. So you got to think about that. Protecting yourself as a referee, play it safe, give a free kick. No one's going to argue if you give a free kick there. We've then got the middle third, which we've marked as amber or orange. Essentially, what we're saying here is that depending on the style of play, the standard of football, the temperature of the match, you can pick and choose. So let's say it's a big game, tackle's been flying in the whole way through. You're going to give the foul, so you're going to give a free kick. Whereas if both teams want to play football, they've been fairly free flowing. They're getting the ball to each other's feet, they're moving the ball around nicely. You might think about playing an advantage here, because again, find they're heading towards goal. Maybe they're going to go up the wing and cross the ball in. Because they're having that attacking opportunity, you could play an advantage there. But again, middle third, if you think it's more possession, the fact they've played the ball backwards, for example, as soon as that ball goes backwards, that's no advantage. That's more possession. So again, obvious goal scoring opportunity from here. Maybe not, but could play it down the wing to create that goal scoring opportunity. In which case, play the advantage. Whereas if not, you're going to be looking at possession again. So therefore, it will be a free kick. And then finally, the final third, the attacking third. It's green because in this sort of area here, you could realistically get a shot away or a good cross into the box to create that goal score opportunity. So for here, unless it's right on the edge of the area, because sometimes if you're right on the edge of the area, there's going to be more advantage from having the free kick, as we'll see in one of the clips later on. But other than that, look to play advantage as much as you possibly can. So some clips. We've got some clips here. We've got 4 clips in total, which we're going to watch them through on the screen. At the end of them, I'm going to go through each clip and just highlight some key learning points from each of them, which may help better your understanding around advantage. So again, in these clips, we're going to cover what is advantage, and also should the referee have given the foul or should they have played advantage. So as you're watching these clips, have a think about those two things in particular. Has the advantage been applied correctly? And if not, sort of why not really?
Elie in a tight space working to Jersa, who just got chopped to the ground by Fisher. And now Kamara comes to try to stab it away from Dwyer, who flies into the challenge. And what do we have here? I think the referee might be bringing the foul back to where Jersa was taken down, and we could possibly...
Okay, so with this clip here, So essentially what we're looking at here, this is more possession than advantage. So if I take the clip back to where the foul takes place, which is here, right on the touchline, has our blue player got an obvious attempt to score on goal, or have a shot on goal? And the answer to that is no, because although we've got our blue player in here, who's going to win the ball next, if you look, you've certainly got at least two defenders in front of him, potentially a third hanging around here to try and get through before they even set up that attacking, that potential for attack. As we see here, this player's got the ball, and all of a sudden, he's got 3 players ahead of him, 2 players behind him. That's no advantage there. So we play on, he's then being fouled here, and the referee's given the free kick, which is correct. However, what we should be seeing here is the referee maybe playing advantage, nothing's happened, so we bring back for the foul. Or just give him the foul from the first instance, because there's no advantage there. It's all possession only. So on to the next clip.
On the ball here. Felipe, far side, closed down by Ethan Finley. Works it ahead, Bill Branson. And the whistle blew as Bill Branson thought he was off.
So in this clip here, it's a good example of when a referee should have played the advantage. So if we rewind it back to contact, which is here. So if you look at key things to look at here, it's currently 8 minutes to go to the final whistle. New York Red Bull, who are playing in white and red, are 2-0 up against the team in black. So they've got an advantage already there, which is something to bear in mind. But if you look at this now, so we've got 2-on-2. So if we rewind it forward, this white player here's got the ball. He's been fouled. We can forget about him for now. We've then got 2 black players and a white player. So by playing advantage here, you could quite easily say our white player could play the ball through to his teammate, and then all of a sudden he's through on goal. He's got an attacking opportunity. So although the referee, it is a foul, it's a cautionable offence, not a problem there at all. However, the referee could have played advantage, as it would have led to an immediate goal scoring opportunity. Cool, so in this clip, the referees decided to play advantage. However, this is going to be more possession than advantage. So if we rewind it back to, so we're all fine here so far. We've got a potential trip in there and a potential foul in there, and he's played the advantage. But if we look here, to be able to get a goal scoring opportunity here, we've got blue here with the ball. We've got 1, 2, 3 blue players there in total. But then as well as that, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6 red players in the way. Very, very congested part of the pitch. So there's no sort of clear route. So this is more the fact, the players maintain possession, so we're playing on. Where in reality, those of you who still play or have played, I'm sure you'd all agree that if you were given a foul here, you'd much prefer a free kick to be given, because you're going to have a much better chance of scoring a goal by taking the free kick than by having played on. So even if we look here, so the ball's been played, and it's been won there. So within a couple of seconds, they've lost possession of the ball, and he's not brought it back, or he's not given a foul or anything like that. So if we play it on still, he's got hold of his shirt the whole way through, easily could have given the foul there. And they've now lost possession, it's all gone up the other way. So what we're saying here is that at this point here, instead of giving the advantage, if you think it's a foul, give the free kick. Advantage isn't an excuse to think, well, it's a soft foul, so we'll just let it go. Advantage is basically saying, I've seen there's a foul, but you've got a goal scoring opportunity ahead of you. Now, this clip is a really good example of an advantage being played correctly. So if we rewind it back to the foul, so there's the blue player's gone into the back of the orange player and is pushed into the floor. At this point here, the referee could quite easily give a foul and blow the whistle. Not a problem there at all, because it is a foul and you can give a free kick. No problems there at all. However, our referee has seen this orange player here is moving towards the ball, so he's giving it a couple of seconds to wait. He's now got the ball, and referee's played advantage. And the reason for that being, although you've got 1, 2, 3 blue players here, he's now got a clean opportunity to play that ball through to this orange player here. Which again, as we fast forward through, that's exactly what he does. And now all of a sudden, before that tackle goes in, our player is pretty much one-on-one with the goalkeeper. So that by playing that advantage, it's given the orange team a really good goal scoring opportunity, which they wouldn't have had before if you'd given that free kick. And then obviously from here it's gone out for the corner, but no need to bring it back because their advantage is the fact they've gone through and they've had an attempt at goal. They were just unlucky in the end of it. So there's no need to bring that back. Really, really good advantage, well signalled, and again, just a really good example around what we should be doing when it comes to advantage. So to wrap up in terms of summary, it's really, really key to have the correct signals because you need to let everybody aware that you're playing advantage. Otherwise, you get players saying, "Oh, ref, did you not see that foul? Is that not a free kick?" When if you've been big and bold and you said play on advantage, you've got the arms and everything coming out as well. All the players can think, right, referee's seen that foul, he's playing on or she's playing on. And the players will be happy about that. Where to play advantage? So we're looking at primarily in that final third, that attacking third is the main place we're going to be playing it. Then, in theory, the further away we go from goal, the less chance that we are going to play the advantage. Definitely not in defensive third, but in the middle half, take into account the style of football, the pace of the game, the temperature of the match, that sort of stuff before you play that advantage. And then finally, advantage versus possession. It's really, really important that when playing advantage, we remember that advantage is only there if, by playing that advantage, it's going to create a clear and obvious goal scoring opportunity. So when you're doing your games and you think, is the player going to score here? If the answer is no, then give the free kick, give the foul. Whereas if you think, yeah, I reckon the player could score, or no, they could cross the ball and potentially score, then in that case, play advantage. Get your arms out, be big and bold with your voice, and give that advantage signal. So that's it in terms of this little session around advantage. Hopefully it's of use to you. If you've got any further questions or anything else that's covering, please do let myself know and I'll be more than happy to help.